Hi everyone, this is Vineel, founder and CEO of Taramandal. We were trying to build satellites in space. Not like regular satellite, but satellites which can actually be reusable as well. I have this small thing to ask you all, a simple one indeed. We have technology, we have resources, but yet the life on Earth is still very fragile. When I thought about it, I got to know that it is not about our capability which is the problem, but imagination is our problem. We have everything in place, but yet we struggle with climate crisis, resource exhaustion, and a lot many more issues as well. Here is where I understood that we should treat space just not as an escape, but the way to protect the planet Earth. When I saw the theme about delta, it made me understood that it is a change from one state to another. In life, we often fear change, but through my journey, I understood that change is inevitable, but it is also the fuel to progress as well. At Taramandal, every moment, every second, we want the delta to be at the positive scale. That is where I believe this is the right platform to showcase the journey of Taramandal. As a child, I used to see the stars in the sky and I felt very small. And I felt it very beautiful as well. I had this hope that one day we could do interstellar travel. And when I saw Voyager images, I understood that how beautiful the planet Earth is and how we should protect it as well. Today, when I see the Gaganyaan mission, I see it as a reality where humans are going into space. Somewhere between those stars and those stories, a quiet dream took shape to create impact, not just innovation. As I grew older and entered engineering and science, I understood one critical thing. A single decision can ripple the society because I learned something powerful that every system is interconnected to each other. Then the way I saw technology has actually changed. It stopped being about brilliance and became about responsibility. The startup world is very much new and it is also very much thriving as well. Then I understood that the startup ecosystem will actually make you feel a lot of things, both lows and highs, where failure is not a stepping stone, but it is a feedback. That is where I understood that failure is the data in startup ecosystem, wherein within the ecosystem I could find a problem where I could put my life into and work for it as well. This phase was about unlearning. The phase which would actually help me build a startup called Taramandal. Taramandal means a cluster of stars where we are trying to build technologies which will not only protect planet Earth but also the space for a better life on the planet Earth as well. In this way or in this place of startup, you also need a perfect mentor. That is where I was very much fortunate to have Professor P.M. Rao, who has actually guided me to all the failures and made me lie in a particular direction and showed me a particular path as well. Then we started working on real problems with a purpose, and then the Taramandal has born. Taramandal has born with a fundamental realization that Earth is under pressure, space is underutilized, and what if space was not a one-way journey, but a two-way bridge, a bridge where challenges goes up and solutions come down. Isn't it very much interesting? Pivots that tested our core beliefs, but every low point taught us something crucial about the industry that we were trying to enter as well. It made me realize that the space sector was glaringly doing technologies which are very much inefficient as well. For decades, space has been a one-way street. We launch things up, stay there, burn up there, but there is no reuse of it. This discard culture was very much expensive in the field of space technology. That is where the whole idea of Taramandal has begun. Instead of having satellites which just go in a straight line, why don't we have satellites which can be brought back to Earth? That is where the whole concept of Taramandal has begun. So when we studied about the mega constellations and also the satellite architecture as well, since Sputnik to till date, there is no much innovation in the satellites. All the satellites go up into the orbit and it has a particular life period, a lifespan of around 5 years, and most of the components are dead after 5 years, and then we just put it away as a debris. But when we dig deeper into the problem, we understood that 80% of the satellite components can be reused. That is where we understood that there is a lot of money in the 80% components which can have at least 3 or 4 machines more. That is where we understood that satellites going into orbit should also come back, but there is one catch there. That is where we could identify the problem of the Earth's atmosphere wherein the heat is generated, wherein we want to build heat shields which will actually protect the satellites and also help you bring back the satellites safely back to Earth. When we understood all of this technology, we also thought that the humanity is very much thriving for solutions, and we are only looking down for solutions but not to the sky. We are digging deeper into the earth, but there is no solution. We should not only see down but also see up. We should make the planet Earth more resilient. So the limits of earthbound approaches are very much little. We should understand the availability of the human resources, and we should actually adopt taking utilization of space environment as a gateway. Space as an environment has a lot of benefits. For too long, we treated space just as a destination, a place where we could just take a selfie or put a flag on it. It actually has very much good features, both microgravity and vacuum. These things are simply not existed on Earth. Microgravity has a lot of power in it, where we could create things like crystals or pharmaceutical drugs which are purer, and the process can improve as well. This opens doors to next generation pharmaceutical drugs as well. This brings our core idea of reimagining space travel. Space travel is a two-way bridge wherein we want to bring back the satellites and also make better use of it. Imagine if we are traveling from Delhi to Mumbai and every plane from Delhi to Mumbai after it's landed is destroyed. There will be a lot of issues, not only in the terms of financial crisis, but also a lot other issues might also take into place. The same exact thing is happening in the space industry, and we should have a thought about it to solve it as well. That is where the idea of reusable satellites has came in place. We are building technologies or orbital platforms that can be returned back to Earth to be reused. This two-way bridge means we can send raw materials up, do the process there, and again return back the whole process very safely back to Earth, where the sustainability matters. Sustainability is not an option for us, but it is built into every system we are actually trying to build. We are building re-entry technologies, controlled deorbiting, and also technologies which can actually impact the planet Earth in many ways. Re-entry is not a just engineering problem, but it is the bridge between innovation and impact. This is not about space enthusiasts alone. It will actually benefit the people on Earth, the patients on Earth who want medicines from space, which will be done at a very fast pace. So when we understood the revolution which we are trying to make you know the fourth industrial revolution is there, wherein AI and quantum is integrated, but there is also a new revolution of things are going to come, wherein the location might also change, where we actually build factories in space for bringing a new kind of era wherein we want to actually create life very much beautiful on planet Earth. This approach also solves space debris crisis. By bringing platforms back, we stop cluttering our orbit. We cannot claim to be saving the planet while polluting the sky. Critically, this opens the door to breakthroughs that directly enhance life on Earth. So, we are trying to build something very much unique, wherein resilience is very much required. We are building upon various kind of things, wherein in our journey we have seen a sinusoidal curve wherein both lows and highs are there. Sometimes delta felt overwhelming, and even the bridge was covered with fog. But we kept moving because the problem we were solving was too important to ignore as well. Now we at Taramandal are looking to not only create impact in India but to the globe. But to the globe. What does this mean economically for India? It means moving from service economy to high-tech manufacturing powerhouse. It will not only benefit the space sector in India, but also will benefit the whole global space industry as well. So here we are trying to build an ecosystem of satellites which will not only protect the planet Earth, but also will create a platform for better life on Earth as well. This kind of technology will not only used for satellites, but for interstellar travel as well. Globally, this shifts the economic model where we lower the cost of access to space through reusability. With the advent of new space policy in India, there are a lot of startups coming up, and we urge that every startup should think innovatively and sustainable way as well. Socially, the impact is profound. We are talking about meeting our planet's growing needs responsibly. We are talking about a future where we don't have to rely on only technological advancement, but environmental preservation as well, where we can have both at the same time. Exploring the orbital processes is no longer a futuristic luxury. It is the need of the hour, and we need it right now. So when we spoke with a lot of scientists and also astronauts, they were not way more fascinated about the sky or the stars in the sky. They were more concerned about the thin layer of atmosphere which is actually protecting the planet Earth. So that is where the message comes. We really need to work on building upon things which can actually build a more resilient future and more better planet Earth by less utilizing the resources on Earth and more depending on sky. Ladies and gentlemen who are present here, I would ask a small thing here where we can say that we can also build diamonds in space at a very low cost. And that is where a beautiful story comes in, wherein we can use these processes in space for a better future of Earth. And most of them are actually finding ways to protect the planet Earth in several methods. And when I see the industry wherein everybody, more than 200 organizations are putting objects into space, it is time today, it is time now where we should decrease the constellations, but also create constellations where we have solutions which can be reusable. Today, satellite is the necessity of the hour, but also we should put this necessity wherein we use satellite for a purpose, but for not not to put it as a graveyard for satellites or create debris for satellites. This made me think about the present generation which is way more hungry for change in the society. Taramandal is a letter to you. If you have bold ideas, and resilience matters, wherein you have bold ideas, you should really think about technologies which will impact the future. Sky is not the limit for you, it is just the beginning. At Taramandal, we are not only trying to build reusable satellites, but a business wherein it is not only sustainable but need of the hour as well. Let us build the bridge together, where the bridge not only helps you go to the stars but always brings back to earth for a better future, and which can impact the life on earth as well. Today, Delta is not only about the change, but the change which should be permanent as well. Today, satellites are the need of the hour, and also reusability is the next phase of satellites. Thank you.